We're going to be talking about the no-ticket trophy for Assassin's Creed Syndicate here. This is one of the rarest trophies in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and it's not that difficult to get. But I've identified a couple of things that people seem to have problems with this trophy, so we're going to talk about some of the things you need to do to make it easy to get this trophy. And the first thing that people have trouble with is just finding enough people. You have to kick 50 enemies off of trains, and people have trouble finding enough enemies to kick off of trains. Well, the easiest way to do this is there's a fight on the trains at the very beginning of the game for both characters. And I like to do the one for Jacob. You can also do the one for Evie. But you're just going to go to the progress tracker and you're going to replay sequence 1 for Jacob or sequence 2 with Evie. Sequence 2 starts out earlier with the enemies on the train, but I like sequence 1 better because there's more of them and it's more of a fight setting. Sequence 2 with Evie is designed to be more stealth, and you need to do fighting to kick people off of the train. So now before you do this, you're going to want to change your equipment because if you're like me, if you're at the end of the game and you're high level here, you're going to kill everybody with one hit, more specifically with one counterattack. So it's better if you equip a low-level weapon and a low-level gauntlet before you do this. It's fine to have a high-level belt for defense, but you don't want to do too much damage to the enemies. So what you're going to do is you're just going to play through the very first part of this until you do the assassination of Rupert Ferris. And then after that, there'll be a spot where you jump on a train to escape, and you have to fight several enemies on the train. Then what you're going to do is you're going to fight a few of these enemies, 5 or 6 of these enemies, and then you're just going to pause the game and you're going to do restart from checkpoint. If you go too far, you'll get past this section and you'll go into a cutscene. And then to be able to get back and do this fight again, you have to go all the way through the mission. So don't go too far, kill 5 or 6 guys, and then pause and do restart from checkpoint, and you'll have more guys that you can fight. You can just keep doing that until you get the no-ticket trophy. Okay, so after you assassinate Rupert Ferris, you're going to have this little section here where you run out and you jump on the train to escape, and you're going to fight several people. And then, so now we're going to talk about some of the other problems people have, because you'll have people that play this and they fight enemy after enemy and after enemy, and the trophy just never seems to unlock. And we'll talk about a couple of the reasons I think that happens. And the first problem that I see people running into is some people get under the impression somehow that you have to use the X button, which is the stun attack, to kick somebody off of a train, like I do here. And you see he headbutts him and throws him off the train, and that actually didn't count because it was the wrong move. So when you're doing this, when you're attacking the enemies, you need to hit them with the square button to end the attack that throws them off the train. On the Xbox, that would be the X button. But it's your regular attack button that you want to hit to kick someone off the train, not the stun attack. If you use the stun attack, it just won't count at all. Now the other problem, and I'm not entirely sure about this, but people on the Assassin's Creed Ubisoft boards I've seen them mention that it may not count it if you're kicking people off the train and they're falling down between the cars. You actually have to kick them off the side of the train. So keep that in mind when you're doing these combos. Other than that, it's just a matter of making sure that you're doing the attacks with the enemies close to the edge of the train so that you actually kick them off. And if you get 2 enemies down into the critical state at once and do the attack, then instead of kicking them off, you'll do a multi-finisher. So make sure that you're concentrating on one enemy at a time and attack that enemy until that enemy is dead. And there you go, there's the no-ticket trophy, and this actually only probably took me about 5 minutes of work total, although I don't know how many of these I got during the game itself. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, check out my other videos, all of that stuff. If you have any other questions about this game or any of the other games you've seen me play, feel free to ask in the comment, and I'll try and do a video to cover those questions too.